TVC Breakfast. My name is Etoma Edu.
Well, top of the morning, Nigeria. Thank you for joining us. It's always a pleasure to have you join us every morning as we bring you all the updates. The name is Ria Abdul.
It's another Wednesday morning, and we're here to give you all the information that you truly deserve. I'm Ibrahim Shita.
Very good morning to you, everyone. Welcome. This is TVC Breakfast on Wednesday. My name is Nelson Etta. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
What a beautiful day. There's a lot to talk about, and this plane is not landing anytime soon.
Well, I'd love it to
Allow it land because of fuel, because of jet fuel.
and yet, there are different conversations about it. But anyway, we have an amazing show this morning, a lot to talk about. We still have the FCT brief, we have trending, we have interviews. There's a lot to talk about this morning on the show. So please grab your cup of coffee and make sure you relax as we take you through everything that has happened. We also have the newspaper review as well. But we will start with the story where Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Olaolu Koyede, has accused the African Democratic Congress of attempting to politicize ongoing corruption investigations and shield politically exposed persons from accountability. Now, responding to the ADC's allegations, the EFCC's recent summon to some opposition figures were politically motivated. Now, Mr. Olukoyede described the claims as self-serving, divisionary, and an attempt to whitewash individuals with corruption questions to answer. Now, in the statement, he mentioned that there is no time limit in criminal investigations and there is no scared cows or partisan considerations. He insists nothing will make an innocent person answer any charge from the EFCC. So that is what he's saying this morning, and that's what we're going to be bantering on. He said something that really made a lot of sense to me. He said there is no time limit to criminal activities. Well, so whether you do fraud in 2020 or 2019, it can still be brought to book. And now the question is that we're seeing ADC, they're saying that the EFCC is politicizing, you know, some of the investigations they're doing, talking about Tambawal, Sokoto former governor, and also David Mack as well. So the ADC is now accusing the EFCC that you are bringing all of this to say that, you know, these people have done bad because of the 2027 elections. It's
expected that members of the ADC will say that because they are not just their members, they are big members. You know, these are like the heavyweights of the party. And now that the party is trying to find its feet, we're having corruption cases coming from EFCC with their heavyweights as culprits. So, and they are politicians. You know, they will definitely want to say that. And what Olukayode was saying is called the statute of limitation. In crime, murder has no statute of limitation. That means if they are investigating murder, as far as the criminal is alive, even when the criminal dies, they are still investigating to be sure, at least to give the victims' families some kind of closure. That also happens when fraud is the case. So he is right when he says there's no statute of limitation in that case. What makes me happy is that they spoke with Tambawal, they interrogated him, and they have released him, you know. So it's good. I just hope that we will be able to remove politics from some of the things that happens in the country. But at this time, when the political space is heating up, it's difficult to do that. Very difficult. And Ibrahim, I'll come to you with this one. Why do we always politicize things? You know, when something is happening, we always link it. So now they are linking this to 2027 elections. You're doing this because you want to change the people's perception. But if this person has engaged in criminal activities, why shouldn't the person be brought to book? Because we are political animals. And that's the reason. So anything we want to Ibrahim, expatiate, please.
Anything we want to do, we always look at the political side of it, especially when you feel I'm not on the side of this person. So whatever action you take, there will always read meanings to it. It's expected because, as I said, big wigs, big fishes in the ADC who are coming together. Some might call them Association of the Aggrieved or Disappointed Candidates and all of that. So if you had been in a particular position, an elective position where you're supposed to ensure that the mandate given to you, you're accountable, you're responsible, and then you give good stewardship, you know, to the people, then you shouldn't be worried if you are called to come and give account of whatever it is that you've done. And remember, EFCC said that this is not clandestine. This is not a thing. We're doing our investigation secretly, and we can't just jump. And we've had series of situations where the EFCC will rush to investigation or make leveling allegation against whatever politicians, and then they will take them to court and lost the case. But this time around, they're saying they are taking their time doing investigation. And you know, investigations can take as long as 5 years, 10 years, depending on how weighty. So if you are invited, if you know that you have no cockroach in your cupboard, you shouldn't be worried that EFCC, probably it is, whether it is political or it is not political. Just go do your thing. And then that should even make you happy. At the end of the day, they said I'm corrupt. Can you see? I'm not corrupt.
And I was free at the end of the day. So please, losing all the cockroaches in your cupboard. But let me come to you, Nelson, on this one. People have said that oftentimes, you know, it's always opposition that they are drilling. But then people will argue that these people, when they're in power, it's hard to drill them because they have some sort of immunity. So, but what do you think about this myth that goes on to say that, oh, it's because we're in opposition, you're checking us? Should we not checkmate everybody?
Everybody obviously should be checkmate. But let me read a statement here by the acting National Publicity Secretary of the ADC. He says here that the pattern of ignoring APC stalwarts with fresher and well-documented cases while targeting opposition figures with stale allegations is a proof of selective justice and an assault on political freedom. Look, at the end of the day, politicians will always be politicians. I don't think any politician wants to be trailed for corruption cases, as the case may be, in any sense at all. They don't want to be on that line. However, you need to know that once you are elected to serve the people in whatever capacity, as the case is, when you're done, you will have to give account. Whether you're of the APC, the PDP, the UUU, the ZZZ, it doesn't matter. And so I think we should first of all uphold ourselves to truth and accountability as Nigerians, to Nigerians, and move away this political carpet under our feet to say that if you are being asked to come and give an account, no, he's against me. It's not about that. You spend the money of Nigeria, not of APC or PDP. It's Nigeria's money. And so you have to come and give accounts to Nigerians of how you spend their money. Simple.
Nelson, I love that. And the funny thing is that this money is for us. So we have every right to ask questions. And I tell people, when you're in political position, you can never be there forever. It's not possible. It's not your father's own. So at some point, you would leave. But when you leave, you should not be afraid of accountability if you did right.
Well, there are some governors, ex-governors that served some years back that EFCC has never called.
Well,
yes, EFCC has never called. Donald Duke, for example, EFCC has never invited
his
him.
house was clean.
That means his hands were clean.
Might not do anything if there is no petition.
That's right.
So the actions EFCC usually take is when someone has petitioned a particular candidate or a particular person, the EFCC starts its investigation. So they hardly will say, okay, because this government is in power. Whenever we had PDP in power, it has always been it is hounding the opposition. Now APC is in power, you say you are hounding the opposition. But we saw that Yahya Bello is also, you know, facing trial and is APC member.
Politicians will always complain.
That's
so let's go.
Exactly. But before I end this, all I'll say is that, you know, if you're in a political position, you cannot be there forever. So let's just try to do the right thing, because at the end of the day, you will face Nigerians and there is always accountability. Well, we'll take a breather now, and when we come back, it will be time for the newspaper review. Don't go anywhere. This is TVC Breakfast.